Welcome to another episode of Nightbeat Media's Living the Dream, and Happy New Year to 2026. This is going to be an interesting year. So we want to step out of our comfort zone and go dive a little deeper. Number one, and that is to this year try doing more live content. Well, I personally want to interact with you, and that is hold a conversation just as would take place as far as with the guest that's being on the program. There are some other topics. Of course, we want to talk about how you go about turning your dream into a reality. What are some of the obstacles that you faced and many of our guests have also encountered in the process of going towards their destination or turning that dream into a reality? As we go through these different seasons in our lives, mature relationships, I'm just kind of teasing that out there. If you have some suggestions, please leave them in the comment or go to the community. I opened up the community area so that way you would be able to post in there as far as some of the topics that you would like to see discussed or you're interested in presenting on the program. Now, only thing I ask is that you be respectful and you be courteous. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Or I don't know if that holds true because everybody may not have those same standards, but I ask as far as for our community that you do be respectful as far as with the comments out there. Again, I may not be able to get to you right away, but I would like to have that discussion with you. Another area that I would like to bring on, and that is I'm a pretty avid reader, and I know many of you may be avid readers as well. So I would like for us to come together and have discussions as far as on some of the material that we read and what we came away with, what we unpacked. I had the opportunity of meeting a gentleman that wrote a book. His name is Mr. Steve Hightower. He wrote a book, Fueling. I'm in the process of reading that book. Had a conversation with them, but I also want to dive deep into what he wrote, because something about writing is that sometimes it, besides being somewhat therapeutic, cathartic, throw a big word out there, but sometimes it helps us unload a lot of things, and more so than anything else, it's part of our legacy, because once you write something down, pictures fade, money spends, other things go. Eventually our body will even decay and turn to dust. But something about writing that once you write something down and you're able to see it and you're able to share it, that's part of your legacy, and especially if someone who gets a hold of that material is able to unpack something that they can apply far as to their lives, because nobody's shoe is just like your fingerprint. No two fingerprints are the same right there. So again, we can learn something from that. And since we did talk about legacy, One of the other topics that we would want to bring, and that sometimes can be uncomfortable because it causes us to look at our own mortality, and that is estate planning, especially as far as to communities that may feel like, hey, I don't have anything. I don't have an estate. I don't have anything far as to leave behind. In this day and age, you will be surprised at what you have. I always put in my email, your resources are more than what you imagine them to be. So with that said, I hope you continue to watch, you share, and let's have a conversation. I look forward to it. And this is the first podcast for 2026. And one other thing, and that is I have to be honest. I haven't been intentional as I should, and that is staying consistent on putting out weekly content. And I can come up with a ton of excuses. I got a DM from my cousin the other day. He was asking me why I didn't go out to an event. And I gave him an explanation. And it was true. It was a life. It was a personal thing that I had to take care of. And he says, that's just another excuse. And I said, that I admit that sometimes we hear excuses on why we shouldn't do things. I knew that particular time that I felt it was justifiable. So I say this to say that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. And at the same time, the only person that you really, really have to be accountable to, and that's going to be yourself. And that's why I'm calling myself out. And that is, I committed from day one, and that was back in, I believe it's 2005. No, it was in 2005. But it was many years ago that I committed that I was going to do this. Now, I've had different experiences. I've had an opportunity to meet a variety of different people, but the journey isn't over yet. I think it's just getting started. And I have to stay consistent because I had committed to this journey, and I need to see it through. So I just wanted to get that out there, and it may not be for you, but it's for me that I need to look back at this or listen to this and call myself out of what it is, and that is stay committed, stay intentional, and more than anything else, just do it. Just do the thing. And with that said, until the next time.
Thanks for listening to Nightbeat Media's Living the Dream. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a comment or hit follow and subscribe on our link so you can stay up to date on new episodes. Until next time, when writing the story of your life, be sure you're holding the pen.